everyone else that has that kind of prejudged idea of what a staffy is. I also had that coming from Kilmarnock. You see a lot of staffies in the town centre, and they do get a certain reputation attached to them, and I had that. So when it was mentioned a staffy, I thought, oh no, that's kind of devil dogs.
We're just noticing how negative the media portrays this breed of dog. Any dog can be a bad dog. Dogs are like humans, people can be bad. But narrowing it down to a specific breed is just narrow-minded and horrible. I read something online recently that a lot of dog bites come from terrier type dogs like Jack Russells and like small dogs like Chihuahuas.
A Jack Russell killed a baby not that long ago, so did a Pattersdale Terrier. It was in the paper for one day and that was it. But they don't seem to put the same image if it's one of these dogs. If it's a staffy, it's the snarling staffy. They think that sells papers. The media has ruined this breed. They have created this hoax, this devil dog.
If the media had to publish every time a Labrador bit someone, you wouldn't see anything else in the papers because that would all it would be. But the minute this type of dog bites someone or something happens, it's right out there, vicious, bad breed, stuff like that, and it's just horrible. I mean, the people are missing out on how good the breed is.
In the media, you find media are going to portray, in my experience, what sells papers. And through time and decades, they've picked on specific breeds to sell that. So it could have been the Doberman, the Rottweiler, the German Shepherd, and now it's the Staffy or the Pit Bull breed. And it's what sells papers. Again, in my experience in the surveys that I've participated in and done myself as well, that it was, one survey was 1 in 17,000 Staffies had bit, and it was 1 in 17 collies.
Whereas I think most people that own a Staffy, the first thing they'll tell you is they're very affectionate animals, and fighting and being aggressive just is not within their genetic makeup. It's the humans that own them that turn them that way around, whether it be mistreating or the way they train them. So yeah, for the German Shepherd that attacked me, that German Shepherd had been trained in a very specific way, which was to guard and attack. So it should have been in a lead and it should have been in a muzzle. So even though it's caused that fear that I had of dogs, I could still separate the fact that the dog was only ever doing what it was trained to do.
100%. You don't get bad dogs, you get bad owners. You train a dog right and you love a dog, it'll love you back. You socialise the dog, it'll get to behave well with other dogs. You don't socialise it, it'll be aggressive with other dogs.
You know, Daisy's been a tonic for me, you know, as well as her having a kind of loving, caring home through ourselves, being the remedy that I needed. So it's not just like myself with Daisy now, it's myself with other dogs. I wouldn't even hesitate anymore.
I get no prior warning to my seizures, and I don't really know after it. I'm usually really dazed and confused, and if they're really bad I will go to sleep, but he'll always be right there, lying on top of me or right next to me, watching and always making sure I'm alright.
Staffies in general are actually the only breed recommended by the Kennel Club for children. They are the nanny dog. There is nothing softer than a Staffy. They're not monsters, it's the people holding the lead that are the monsters.
I kind of now say it that I've specialised with powerful breeds, in particular Staffies, because they get such a bad rap, and I feel I have quite a natural connection with them. They're very, very loyal. So because of that loyalty, people can use it to an advantage or a disadvantage, as opposed to necessarily some softer breeds or different other breeds that they're more likely to want to do their own thing. That's one of the main reasons they would use them for fighting or for aggression work on people or whatever, is because they're very loyal. I often say I would rather deal with 100 fighting dogs than I would with one biting Lhasa Apso, because there's loyalty. With the Staffies, they're only doing what they've been told by someone, because all dogs want is affection. So they've been taught by someone bad that when the way I get affection is when I attack XYZ. They are absolutely naturally amazing with children. I always say with Staffies, if you want to make a good Staffy, all you need to do is socialise it from a pup with dogs.
These dogs make fantastic pets. I would recommend anybody, if they were getting a dog, to get a Staffy. They are brilliant with kids, they do not.
Staffies and Pit Bulls get it quite a lot. I feel like they are very gentle-natured dogs. It is just the way some people maybe treat them or bring them up that way. But any staffy I've come across, or any sort of pit bull cross, whatever, they've been so gentle, they've been so friendly, just good-natured dogs.
I think we can change people's opinions on these dogs, but I think what they need to cut down is the amount of undesirables owning these dogs. You shouldn't be able to own a dog unless you're a responsible person.
The stereotype, the baseball cap and the trackie, that's for good. I mean, because I actually had a kind of disagreement with somebody in the park one day. He shouted at me, "Where's your baseball cap?" And I burst a laugh, and I said, "I've not got one." "Where's your trackie?" I said, "I've not got one."
For myself, it's really about trying to pass on the knowledge to the general public of this breed in particular, that they're not a vicious, nasty dog. They, when actually statistically you bring up a Staffordshire Bull Terrier in one environment and you bring up another type of breed in the same environment, 100% of the time the Staffordshire Bull Terrier has been better at recall, more loyal, less nipping, less challenging than the other breed. So, it makes sense now. It makes sense to have this breed and to not get rid of it, or to ban it or anything like that. Would be absolutely an injustice.